Well, what do we have here? It is episode 10. We're in double digits. I know. I feel like we have to start it all over again. We're going to reintroduce ourselves. I am Streeter. That is Flip. And we've been gone for a little while.
Yeah, we have. Mental health break. I don't know what you would call it. It's not any better, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Mental health or physical health is
that's
still
what I was going to say.
trash.
Yeah, it's kind of like a health thing. Like you were getting your body checked out, not in like the good kind of way. It was it wasn't like, hey, baby. It was like.
In the intrusive kind of way.
Like, hey, doctors, come check this anomaly out. Yeah, but that's good. That's a good thing. That. I mean, it needed to happen, right? You need to, and I said, I'm done doing this show with you. And then you said, well, just how about a little break? And I was like, fine.
Yeah. Let's take a break like Ross and Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But no, we're back. No, honestly, it's just a little bit, a mix of all those things. Not the really, I needed a break from you. That was not.
Right.
It actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not that. But it was the more the health thing and just a lot of other stuff going on. Yeah. But it is. So now it's, here we are in December. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I feel like it's just so much has happened in between the last time that we recorded a brief episode. I don't even remember. I honestly don't remember what the last episode was. So we may talk about some of the same things. I don't know. But I'm so excited now about Christmas and everything that's going on. We've got all of our Christmas decorations up. We are... we got like cookies, and it's my favorite time of year. I'm really excited.
I know. I was slow to the party this year, slower than I think any other year, really, because it was just like the thought of Christmas shopping and decorating and doing all these things. It's like, it just killed that and the time change and everything this year just compiled all together and made me a little grinchy this year, I think. But I'm getting over that hump, I think. I'm actually excited about Christmas now. So
that's good. You didn't respond. I sent you a video yesterday about Christmas and kind of about what you were describing. You never responded to that. Your husband did. I sent it to your husband, too, to your Facebook Messenger.
Oh, was that what he played it when we were in the car yesterday? Was that the same thing?
I think so.
I didn't see
is that how you're feeling?
that exactly. Okay. My thoughts exactly this time of year. Yeah.
For those that there's some sort of video meme going around. And it's like basically if you're trying to get into the holiday spirit, but you're still just not feeling it yet, and you're just kind of trying to go through the motions to try and feel it. And this guy comes into the kitchen and he just starts singing, "Oh, holy fuck!" And then that's what you think he's going to go, "Oh, holy night," and then it goes to, and it's like, I relate.
Like
I can relate.
You're trying
to
to force yourself into that holiday spirit, but it's like, sometimes you need a little help.
I know. Look, I know we start with good news. I don't want to start the show with a downer, but I do want to share with you because I just cursed and it made me think of her. I know. I'm going to anyway. No, we're going to keep it light. I just cursed and it just reminded me that, because my Nana had asked me not to curse. Yes. And she was one of the reasons I wasn't cursing. My Nana, my grandmother, she sadly passed away during our recess of the show here. Mm-hmm. But I don't want it to be sad. She had a wonderful age of 90.
And you're already cussing again.
I know. Stop it. Right. That was just for you. She would have understood that.
It was context.
Exactly. It's context of that. And also, I screamed it away from the mic. Did you notice that I did that on purpose to be less noticeable?
Right, less noticeable
swear.
Yeah, it was definitely less noticeable.
But she listened to our podcast every episode. She listened every time we released one. She was one of our biggest cheerleaders, and I just love her, and I'm going to miss her dearly. But also, that now only leaves us with 2 listeners, my mom and your mom.
Dang it!
And I think they're both in their 60s, if I'm not mistaken. So we badly need to expand our audience.
We need to start reaching the younger generations here pretty soon. We need to start doing the skibbity and the Riz and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the Sigma.
Yeah. So
we need to start talking that language.
No, I try to keep it light, but I'm going to miss my Nana for sure.
Yes.
Thank you for all the all the listening, Nana, and she's still listening there. So, or
she is
she's listening there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She's not. She's definitely up above us, and that's the thing. With grandparents, it's such a unique relationship because I know you had the same relationship with yours that I had with mine, and it's like I don't know. It's like an extra parent essentially that you have, like feels like an extra mom or something like that. But it's like they were with you your whole life. And good Lord, can we get into the good news?
I know. Let's go. Good news. Let's go. Fast forward to. I understand. Grandparents are great. We love them.
Yes. Thank you for being here. We love them. We're gonna miss them.
I know.
Moving
we can't. We don't cry on this show. This is that doesn't happen here. What is going on in the good news? What's going on in the good news?
So we are going to Wisconsin for this one, where a wealthy little do-gooder from Wisconsin just donated $3.5 million to the Milwaukee Art Museum so that kids 12 and under can get in for free. For good. And they asked to remain anonymous, which is even cooler. But they said that they have many fond memories of visiting the museum with their family, probably grandparents too, throughout their life. And so they want to make sure that all kids get to enjoy that museum just like they did when they were little.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm. I love people that donate, especially anonymously.
Yes. And the people, and even when they don't, even celebrities, that's one of my favorite things in the world is using your platform, whether it's, celebrity status or money or whatever, to do good. Yeah. I mean, that's what else? You can't take it with you when you go.
No, that's right.
Use it to help other people and to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'm so torn on all that stuff too, like on the anonymous versus it doesn't, to me, it doesn't really matter as long as you're doing good with that money. If you want a little attention from it and you just donated $10 million to save, whatever children and this or feed somebody or whatever, take a little. I know that's all a personal thing.
But it is kind of in the Bible that
I know without recognition.
Okay.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
But and that's why it's like.
But I get it.
But I get it. Yeah. Exactly. And I'm not gonna.
But I think.
And we can't judge.
People sort
either.
of like that to be recognized a little bit. It gives them kind of the, that's fun. Let me do it again.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
If it's like that kind of aspect, I'm all for that.
If it encourages them to give, if that is one of the reasons they still choose to do good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it.
That's my feeling. I understand. I understand that there's different feelings from. Again, up there, maybe, potentially. I don't know. But it's not our place to judge either way. So
to be determined.
Yeah, exactly. To be determined. But either way, I love the good that people are doing. But props to that person for donating and again, doing it anonymously and doing it for kids and something cool like that. I like that because I feel like also whenever somebody has, millions of dollars, and I don't, there's no good way to say this, but I'm kind of glad it doesn't. I'm kind of glad it's going to something that's not like a super sad or life or death thing, because a lot of those causes, which are truly dear to my heart, and I give to them. Yes, you know what I mean. I give for cancer treatment because it's massive and affects everybody. Of course, but not everybody that has millions of dollars has to give to that. They can give to other things that are kind of just fun and that are also cool and good for people.
Yes. And that's the thing. That's what I was going to say, too, because how many people are donating to the Milwaukee Art Museum?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's one of those things where it's probably not many. So for them to get this and to help kids, to go there for free is so cool.
That's cool. By the way, not knocking Milwaukee, but the city of St. Louis Art Museum has always been free for everybody.
It's always been free
for everybody.
You paid for that, didn't you?
Yeah. What do you mean I paid for that? How did I pay for it?
You fronted the bill for that like this guy did?
I can't take credit for it. That would be against the rules. I can't.
Okay.
No.
Just read the body language.
My neck has got something going on here.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do.
Yeah, it's just a little crick in it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I love the good news. I want to move right on past the good news now, since we got that out of the way. That's amazing. No, I love the good news, but I want to talk about this because it's been sitting here on my talk about it on the podcast list here for weeks. And you see this, the new study says 72% of millennials admit that they will push an already lit elevator button as if it would speed up the elevator. That's one. So that's one of the things. If you think you're a patient person, 80%
waiting for an elevator.
That's what's good. Hold on, but there's other things in this study that just blow my mind. First of all, 80% of us think that we're patient.
I know I'm not.
But the study shows we're actually not because of like that 72% of people pushing the elevator. For instance, rather than waiting for your food to cool. Yeah. 96% of U.S. adults in this study showed that they knowingly consumed extremely hot food or very hot beverages that knew they were going to burn their mouths instead of waiting for it to cool.
And not just adults, it's kids. Everybody. Time I make dinner and I put the plates down for the kids, I'm like, it just came out of the oven. You got to wait for it to cool. And they're all like, hot. Like, I mean,
it's every single time. And 63% of adults admit they do this frequently. They didn't learn a lesson. They didn't get their mouth, the roof of their mouth, burned off. And then they're like, no, do it again. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I can't explain why, but it's just something, I don't know. It's like, don't tell me I have to wait 5 minutes. I'm going to eat this right now.
No, I know. This says so much about, our culture in the United States, I feel like. 71% of U.S. adults frequently exceed the speed limit to get to their destination faster. Half of U.S. adults will routinely honk at the car in front of them once a stoplight turns green.
Okay. I don't do that as often. But Jared, I mean, he's more of a honker than I am. But I do admit that anytime I put my destination in the navigation, it's not the estimated time of arrival, it's the estimated time to beat. And it's always been that way.
Oh my gosh. See, that's a problem. Then you're not enjoying the journey.
I'm not saying it's good.
You got to enjoy the journey.
I
used to be that way.
Yeah.
I want to tell you.
I'm very much like my grandma. Like whenever she was ready to go, boy, you were not stopping her. Like bathroom breaks, forget about them. There's a Taco Bell cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
I've had those road trips before, and I admit that I used to be that person too. That I would do that with the kids. Like we have to stop and go to the bathroom. I was like, you just went to the bathroom. We're gonna stop and when do we have to stop next?
Like,
here's a cup.
How small is your
It'll
bladder?
be fine. Yeah, exactly. We got to make time. We got to be here on time. We're trying to get here. And now so what we have done is because that isn't fun for it isn't that fun for anybody.
Yeah.
So what we have done is we've broken up our trips into smaller pieces.
Yeah.
And now we do that because I know you can't, but it's fun.
I know.
We get to the hotels and we get to have a nice big dinner. We get to play in the pool. I get to hot tub, which I love. It's like when we go on road trips, it's like that stuff's fun. We get to go to a lunch at some sort of place that we've never been before, a mom and pop restaurant. It doesn't have to be a Burger King or a fast food. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that when you're not in a hurry. So we get to go check out these places and, we get ice cream at a local ice cream shop in some crazy town we've never been to before. You know what I mean? And that's fun. I like that. That makes road trips better, even better than just rushing through.
That gives me anxiety. Just
stop it. Why? You just got to give yourself a little extra time. What are you rushing to see?
To get where I'm going.
Yeah, at midnight in the dark so you can
hurry up and
fall asleep.
Okay. Well, last time, so we went to North Carolina, a couple of weeks ago. It was before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we
How did your rushing go that time?
We left early in the morning so that we could get there before dark because it had been snowing. And I was like, okay, I don't have a 4-wheel drive, vehicle.
Yeah.
And so,
that's reasonable.
So we're like,
that's a reasonable.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we got enough time even to stop a little bit because we do have to stop as much as I don't want to. We have to stop 2 or 3 times on the 7 or 8 hour drive. And so we get right outside Atlanta, like we're just north of Atlanta, and my battery light comes on and it says service charging system or something like that. And I'm like, what does that mean? And Jared's like, we need to go find an auto parts store. And so we find an O'Reilly right there outside of Atlanta, and it's right next to another auto parts store. And we go in there, and as I'm pulling into the parking spot, my steering goes out, and I'm manhandling this thing. They checked the battery. Battery was fine. Turned out it was the alternator. And so my husband,
that's not good.
Okay, brag right here. My husband was in the parking lot in like 30-degree weather in the middle of right outside Atlanta, changing an alternator in the parking lot.
Wow, I'm impressed. Wait,
Yeah.
did he
it took him like 4 hours, but
yikes.
he changed it.
That's actually, that's still impressive. That's really nice.
It was very impressive.
Yeah.
He got that changed, but we were, obviously we lost like 4 hours. And so the roads were already icing over. And so we ended up having to stay at a hotel.
That's so nice.
That night and then drive the rest of the way
I like
the next
to see
morning.
you're looking at it as a having to stay. See, just the way you said that. You got to.
If I didn't have kids, if I didn't have kids in the car, I would have gone for it.
You got the privilege of staying an extra night, getting a nice warm breakfast in the morning.
I can't change me. I don't know what you want. I didn't want to.
I didn't
but
think
I knew
I could
had
either.
To.
I didn't think I could either. Anyway, I'm glad that you are safe, and I'm glad that that worked out okay. And you chose to stay the night, and I'm glad that Jared's fixed that. That's really cool.
I know. I was really impressed.
Yeah. Let's move on to a couple of our crazy things in the news, and That's So Florida. I'm sure there's no shortage of stuff. What did you bring to the table today, Flip?
All right. So, we always talk about Florida Man, and I'm related to a few of them, actually, that have been on, That's So Florida and things.
But
Alaska
an actual Florida man. Oh, you've got Alaska Man. Oh.
Is a brand new thing, apparently, because two brothers in Wasilla, Alaska, got arrested last week after a heated argument involving an alligator and a crocodile.
What?
Okay.
So
we got 30-year-old Ricky Lowe and 33-year-old Tyler Lowe. They got into a shoving match while they were arguing about an anime cartoon. As, adult brothers do, obviously. I mean, who hasn't? But things really escalated when Tyler grabbed Ricky's pet alligator and put it out in the snow.
Oh, no, that's not good for alligators.
Then Ricky retaliated by grabbing Tyler's pet crocodile and putting it outside, too. It was like 30 degrees at the time. It happened at this apartment.
Oh, that's terrible.
Live there.
Those poor alligators and crocodiles should not be in the middle of this fight. Why would that's so rude?
I don't know if they just brought them over for like a hang sesh with their reptiles or whatever. But Ricky called the cops and scooped up his 2-year-old kid who was there and drove off. He had his child with him.
Such a terrible overall situation.
Turned out alcohol was a factor. Who would have thought? Tyler was slurring his words when the cops got there, and when they tracked Ricky down, his breath sample was almost twice the legal limit. He had driven several miles with his kid in the car with him. So cops searched outside for an hour. They eventually found the gator behind some rocks. They still have not found the crocodile yet.
Oh, no. Yeah. So there's a crocodile on the loose. I don't know, but I don't think they do well in cold weather.
Crocodile on the loose. They have like there's a chance that it could have possibly frozen to death, but they can enter like that hibernation like state in cold weather. According to the rest of this article. So it could be okay.
I was going to say, how do you know this? How are you such an expert in this?
No, reptiles can enter a hibernation-like state called brumation in cold weather.
Gator.
Did you not know that, Sean?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I did not know that. I didn't learn that at Florida Gator School.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know that's all they taught you about.
That's right. So they can. So hopefully the crocodile is
I hope so. That's so sad. I hate that they made it, it's like, I don't care if you fight. You guys go be idiots and fight over whatever it is, but don't bring the crocodiles and alligators into it. Next point, don't bring the crocodiles and alligators to Alaska.
Well, apparently they're legal there.
No, it doesn't surprise me. Everything's legal in Alaska.
Owning gators in Alaska is pretty common because it is legal there.
Yeah, which makes no sense to me because I thought, why I don't know. It seems why.
Nothing about this makes
sense. No, it doesn't. But I mean, I do understand that there's like Alaska, I think pretty much everything goes.
Pretty much.
They
they don't even have sunlight for most of the year.
Say.
You know what
Anything
I mean?
goes
like,
when you don't have
rules.
sunlight. Yeah, exactly. You don't have sunlight for part of the year. It's like you can do whatever you want, I think.
I'd go crazy too, not having sunshine.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Crazy.
Have you watched some of those like Alaska brush, or they live out in the, what do you call
the brush people or
I don't
whatever?
know if that's
bush
Australia.
people?
I don't know. Yeah, something like that, and they just live out.
Yeah.
I mean, really nowhere. We were just talking about a lady and thinking, was it Tell Me Something Good, or were we talking about something else where she was in Alaska? Airdropping turkeys. Yeah, airdropping turkeys to people.
Yeah, the frozen turkeys, which
again,
sounds
no rules.
Very dangerous.
You do that in our neighborhood, and someone's going to jail for sure. I mean, that didn't sound like she got permits or anything to do that. Like she just got up in her plane and started dropping turkeys around. And in Alaska, they're like, fine, that's fine.
Right. Yeah, that works.
Here you go to jail. You get shot down out of the air by a fighter jet if you do that. And they're totally cool with it. So, so it's a whole different world. So that doesn't surprise me at all. But I don't understand why you would want to bring alligators and crocodiles to Alaska, because you just got to keep them inside all year, pretty much. I don't think they survive outside in cold.
Yeah,
too often.
I don't know how hot it gets in Alaska, but it can't be too warm at all.
All right. I've got a story for you.
Okay.
This one is right out of Florida. It's a real Florida man.
All right. Real one.
And this Florida man was prepared, and there's no way he's going to be able to talk the cops out of this, because so he wanted to go enter a building, and I guess it was some sort of United States bill. I don't know. It's some sort of, maybe it was like an insurance or something. I guess it sounds like it was government bill. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, it was a building in the Tampa area. And he wanted to get in, so he goes to the guard gate, and the guard gate's like, no, you don't get in.
Right.
And so
no go.
He's like, all right, fine. And he goes.
Plan B.
Yeah, and he goes back to his car, and he straps on a helmet. And he's like, he came prepared.
Like a bike helmet? You know, does it say?
He's not. So his mugshot, I was hoping to God that his mugshot had him in a helmet, but it doesn't. It doesn't. So I don't know what type of helmet it was. Could have been a bike helmet, could have been a motorcycle helmet, but he knew he was about to get into some stuff when so he straps on his helmet. And he floors it, and he rams in through the parking gate and into the garage, starts ramming through the parking garage, ramming through fences, damaging things on the property. Unfortunately, so then the SUV of the security guards, they start chasing him, and they try and block him in. But then the guy rams the security SUV to get out of that. But he doesn't get that far. He doesn't get out of the parking garage. Police eventually catch up with him. And he doesn't even ever get into the building. They catch him in the parking garage. And, of course, there's no way that he can say that he wasn't anticipating or going to try to get in, because he had a helmet.
Strapped
in.
Prepared for battle.
That's what I love, is that he's like, this is going to be the difference. Me putting on this helmet is going to be the difference in me getting into this building or not.
Yeah.
Like, that tells me just like where his thought process was. He left to go to this building that morning. He had his coffee, and he's walking out of the house. He's like, I don't know if they're going to let me in. But you know what? I'll bring my, I'm going to get my helmet here. I'm going to get my helmet.
One of those like with the little mohawk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like little kid mohawk helmet. So he left the house, and he's like, no, I need my helmet in case they decide not to let me in.
Yeah.
In case I need to ram this bitch.
Phone check.
I had to ram,
Helmet check.
In case I need to ram into this building. But he was arrested. Thankfully, no injuries to him or others. And that's because he wore his helmet.
Yeah. That's wild. Like, we exist at the same
It's all these people. I know. And they let these people just roam around pretty much like free, just like alligators and crocodiles in Alaska. Yeah, I mean, until now, but up until that point, you can't tell me they weren't crazy, but before that point.
Yeah.
Someone who brings a helmet with them to ram into a building, there were signs earlier.
Right, not firing on all cylinders.
And we let that go. They're just like, fine.
Yeah, just overlook it.
Yeah.
I mean, in Florida, that's like...
Yeah, in Florida, that's pretty... honestly, you're right.
You walk in the grocery store with a helmet on or something.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like...
pretty mild.
All right,
Florida.
just keep walking.
All right, let's transition right into what the what. I've got some other things I want to talk about because that's kind of okay. So if this is a tough thing, I'm just going to read. No, I'm trying to think if I should read the headline of this first or if I should just tell the story. I'm just going to go ahead and tell the story. Okay. So
Okay.
imagine you're a man and you are walking through the woods. You're hiking, right? And kind of in a remote area, and you're just enjoying the peaceful sounds of nature. And you're not too far away from like your village,
Yeah.
but you're kind of out in the woods where people don't usually go.
Right.
And suddenly,
peaceful.
whoosh, you fall into an abandoned well.
Okay.
All right, and
Yeah.
you're trapped. You're scared, and
What you get for hiking.
and you're hurt.
Yeah.
And so you start screaming for help, right? Mm-hmm. Help me. You know, I'm
Yeah.
trapped. Help,
Lassie.
help. Yeah, exactly.
Lassie.
And
Timmy fell down the well.
okay, so that's going on in one area, right? That's happening
Okay.
where this man fell in.
All right.
Meanwhile, back in the village, life is going as usual, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then someone hears in the distance from the remote wooded area these sounds. Sounds, I don't know. That's my best interpretation
Well,
of what was
that's
happening.
terrifying.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what they thought. So the villagers, no one went to look for this poor guy.
Bobby, we're going out.
No one went to look for this poor guy. This isn't the headline. This
Oh, they
isn't
didn't
the
even bother.
the rescue operation. So basically, the villagers had reportedly heard strange, eerie cries over several nights, but all of them. This is over several nights, but all of them avoided any investigation, believing that the sounds were supernatural, and the villagers were quote terrified.
Obviously.
Terrified.
Obviously has to be.
It obviously is something supernatural. So this poor guy's stuck in this well now for several nights, and all the villagers hear him crying for help.
They're like, well, it's haunted out there. We can't
But
go.
yeah, exactly. But they believe that it's haunted. This happened in China, and once someone else went hiking, by the way, in the woods eventually, and they heard the screams, and then they said, "Is that actually somebody?" Like they talked back to them, like, "Is this somebody that actually needs help?" And then the person shouted back, and they were like, "Oh, it's not a supernatural, terrifying
right.
thing. This is an actual person who needs
Bob.
help." Yeah,
Yeah.
And so they went and they got him, and the rescue operation took only about 30 minutes once they knew he was there.
Right. It's
They just dropped the
yeah.
rope and they're like, okay, get out. But
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
they were.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like I have heard, I listen to like Mr. Ballin and stuff like that a
Yeah.
lot. And I think there was one in China that I remember that there was like a haunted forest basically where people just like disappeared or were found,
Maybe this is
murdered
where he was
after the
hiking.
fact and things like
That's
that.
crazy.
It could
That's
be.
crazy. Maybe that's where he was
So,
hiking. Yeah.
maybe
Why
it was
would you
like,
go hike in that forest? Whew.
I mean, why would you go hiking by yourself?
Anywhere?
Like, there's all these
Yeah.
things. It's like red flag, red
I
flag,
like
red
to go
flag.
hiking by myself. I mean, like not in any super remote areas, but like in
Right.
parks.
Right.
You know,
where
like
where
in a-
you
in
can
a
where they
state
have
park
like
or
a
something.
parking lot and
Yeah.
restrooms
yeah,
and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
No, I do. I
I'm
like
not,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
not primitive by any means.
Yeah,
like I
no.
still need a little bit
No,
of
I mean, but if
civilization.
I'm out in the middle of a hike, I'm not going to walk back to the parking lot to go to the restroom. Just so you know, that's like
Okay.
if it's a massive like, I like how you said it. You're like you can't go on a hike without having a restroom, but like if you go on a multi-hour hike and you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to hold just to go
Yeah.
back to the restroom at the parking lot. So.
Well, I guess that explains
Yeah.
the rash you had not too long ago.
Look, I don't know exactly what the plants are. It's not. I mean, it's. I'm not an expert in.
I forget what the
Horticulture.
Boy Scout thing is. Like they have something that they memorize that
Yeah,
so they can remember what's poisonous and what's
yeah.
not. I don't remember what that is.
I
but
think it's don't wipe your
You
ass
should
with
probably
anything you
learn
find
that.
on a hiking trail. I think that's it. That's what I remember from don't wipe your anything you found on a hiking trail. Is pretty much it. That's a good rule to live by. If that's not
That's
in
a
the
good
code, that's not in the code, then I think it should be.
It should be.
It should
Needs
be.
to be an amendment to the
Yeah.
Boy Scouts rule.
I think that'd be a good one. Hey, you got something for what the what today? Did you bring
Oh,
some?
I do.
Yeah.
So some infants apparently are developing werewolf syndrome.
Oh, that's
Speaking
perfect.
of odd and unusual
Yeah.
things, because of their parents taking this popular over-the-counter hair loss drug.
Oh, no.
So the kids are growing
way.
like this tufty hair across their back and their legs and their face. And in some cases, they say that it can make their appearance resemble a Wookiee from Star Wars.
Like, how old are these kids that are growing this hair?
They're infants.
What?
Like their parents, if their parents took the hair loss drug, like mostly dads that could have taken it, and it could have been, transmitted.
You don't know.
I mean, it could.
Yeah.
I have family members, of females that
exactly.
have hair loss and things, but
Put it all on the
primarily-
dads. Hey, you could have just left it at that. You could have left it at we don't know.
we don't know for sure.
don't know for
Okay,
sure.
fine.
Okay.
But it's the parents. And when they take these drugs, it can get transmitted, into the bloodstream
scary.
or however that works to the infant. And so when they're born, shortly after, they could look like
That's
a Wookiee.
crazy. And I don't know
Yeah.
if that's one of the side effects, that can't be, there's got to be other things, right? Like there can't be.
You would think so.
I mean, obviously-
Like if it's doing that to the kid, what's it doing to the dads or the
no
moms?
kidding. Or what else is it doing to them? But then again,
Start talking like-
it's probably working, right? No wonder they're taking it, because
mean-
if it's growing that much hair on an infant,
Like
I mean, you would think it would
if you're
grow
able
some
to
hair.
transmit that to your kid.
Yeah, to your kid, then it might
Yeah.
be working, for your hair loss other
be.
places. So that's interesting. So
Might
tell
wanna
me,
check that out.
go ahead and write that down and just slip that to me after the show. I'd like to know
Minoxidil
Oh.
is what the drug
what
is
the
called.
drug is.
Minoxidil.
Yeah, I'll look into that a little bit later, because I'm done having kids. So werewolf me up, baby. Let's do this. Minoxidil. Okay. If you
Minoxidil.
want to become a werewolf, I'm going to put werewolf drug. All right, perfect. Write that down over there.
I can just see like the commercial for that. It's like side effects are blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 and include werewolf syndrome.
Yeah. Where? Oh, do we have a visitor again? We haven't had a visitor in a while.
I
Let's see
know.
who this is. Hey, this is a very special
it's
visitor.
Very naked baby.
Oh no.
Just
Okay.
A diaper on.
I'll go ahead. Oh, he's got a diaper on.
He's
Okay,
got a
good.
diaper on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we had to remove you
Nope.
from the screen for a second. I was like, I don't know how to blur stuff on. I don't know how to do it
Hi, buddy.
on here.
This is our
hey,
official 2-year-old.
yeah, I was
now.
going to say you just had a birthday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're in fact walk us through. We're going to be going over, I think, over to your house for birthday. I
Yes.
hope I am going to put it because
Right.
all the kids are. We've had it's the seasons, they get
Oh,
sick
no.
and then
Yeah,
and then
the
that-
funk.
Yeah, the
Yep. Mm-hmm.
funk is everywhere. Which that's what I was going to talk about in the weird, crazy the stuff your kids did this week.
Yeah.
Is that it's just like everybody's just sick. It's like and I saw a meme or a video or something on social media the other day. It was a parent opening their advent calendar. But
and it's all different. I
Yeah,
saw.
did you see that? Did
It's
you
like
share that
hand,
with
foot,
me?
and mouth,
Or did I share
the
that with you?
runs.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, December 2nd, the common cold.
Yeah.
Here's the flu. It's just that's what I feel like it's been this time of
48-hour
year.
bug.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it's been this time of year. So we'll see. But we are supposed to come over there as long as everybody's healthy to hang out. And Jace, man, 2 years old.
Yes.
Jace, what does it feel like, bud? How does it feel?
We got, I'm not going to say scolded by the pediatrician because he had his 2-year checkup, right? Where he goes in and they check him out and his weight and everything. And you know how they have the curve, they give you a paper, weigh him and everything. And give you the paper and it has, the curves on it where it's 70th percentile, 80th percentile. So the curve, the top curve is, it goes up like that. And he is 5 lines above the top curve for his weight.
Holy
he is
cow.
45 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And he is wearing 5T clothes already, but he's not, he's not super chunk. He's got a little chunk, but he's just he's like a tree stump.
Yeah.
I like to call him. He's like
I'm sure
he's
he
just
loves
like
that. That's I'm sure he loves
he'll
being
love it
called
when he gets older.
Tree
Yeah.
stump. Yeah.
But it's
That's-
he's already linebacker material
just picture
almost because he's
him
just
in high school. Why do people call you Stump? Because my mom. Wait, your mom gave you that nickname?
Stump. Yeah. Well, that's like Jelly Roll, the singer.
Yeah,
his mom called him Jelly Roll because he was a big kid, and then it kind of stuck with him, and that's worked out well for him. So maybe Tree Stump will work out for Jace.
Yeah. All right.
Never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue like Jelly Roll, but
yeah, exactly. Maybe
we'll work on it.
You need. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe what you have to do is get something like Jelly Roll. Like Tree Stump is two very abrupt words. So I think you need like Sycamore Stump.
Yeah, Sycamore
it's like
Stump.
that's kind of a cool. That sounds like a cool artist name.
Sycamore Stump.
Yeah, man.
Jelly Roll's actually his birthday buddy too. They were both born on December 4th.
Oh my gosh, you need to. I think they need to meet then.
I know. I think they do too.
I think Jelly Roll. Tag Jelly Roll in this.
Yes.
And Jelly Roll, help us come up with a better name than Tree Stump for this little guy. And
him and Bunny are huge fans of the show. So
they watch every
should
episode,
see this
I'm sure.
pretty soon and get in touch with our people.
Yeah.
Who it's just us, but
just us. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I don't know that we respond to our emails. But do try to reach out again.
I lost the login, but
it's been a little while since our last episode, and I can't remember the password. So, but yeah, no, what is our email address for this show?
It's flippinstreetermakeitweird@gmail.com.
Is it really?
To find the longest one the longest possible email address that I can find.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Flippinstreetermakeitweird@gmail.com.
You just made my light go off.
Oh, wow. It's dark in there.
This thing is like haunted. Speaking of haunted things.
Oh.
It's been so long since we've been in here.
Speaking of haunted things, actually, this is kind of interesting, and I'm wearing.
Gosh, that's bright.
And then we can move on because we're already at 36 minutes. But I'm wearing my Gettysburg hat today, and Gettysburg is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the United States, right?
Yeah.
And check this out, and this is not related to the hauntings, but I've always been fascinated by Gettysburg, and I just saw this in the news. This was just on like ABC News or something, and I was scrolling the internet and saw this. So on Saturday, which is not, it hasn't happened yet when we're recording this, but when you're listening to this, it's already happened. But the National Park Service is administering the exam that one must pass to become a Gettysburg National Military Park guide.
Oh.
Like one of those guides.
Oh, yeah. Like the ones that go talk about all the events and things. Yeah.
And they give you tours around the battlefield and stuff, too. And so the Wall Street Journal reports that this essay test is one of the hardest tests to pass, like, ever. And the last time the test was given was in 2017. So they don't give it very often. Okay. Of the 97 people who last sat for that test, 9 of them passed and became guides.
Wow.
9 of them. There is a person this year. He is what is he? He is an orthopedic surgeon, board certified. He says that test to become a board certified orthopedic surgeon was easier than becoming a National Military Park Gettysburg
guy. That's not good.
Right? I don't know if it's good. I don't know that is good. I don't know if that says more about the orthopedic surgeon test.
I'm staring down another knee surgery in my near future, and I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. So, exactly. That's why they still write on your knee that says, this one, this is the one to operate on. They don't have to do that in Gettysburg. They don't have to say, this is the monument.
Right.
Yeah, that you're talking about in the tour. They don't have to do that. Not the expert guides. I've taken many battlefield tours there.
Oh,
but anyway, I was thinking about maybe doing that. Like maybe I need to go and do that because I feel like I know a lot about it. I've spent a lot of years, on the streets of Gettysburg, and I might know a decent amount of
the
Battle of Gettysburg, right? So that's what it's all about.
Are you going to take it?
That would be so cool. I wonder if you can get a practice test. We should do that maybe one of the episodes. I'll see if they do a practice test.
I'm sure
if they do.
You can find one online.
I'm going to look and see. I should have prepared for this. What a great question. What a great thing. I should have done that. Next episode, or maybe we'll put up another one. I will see if I can find and take it live here. And you can administer it. You'll have the answers. You ask me the questions. And then you'll have all the answers.
Proctor.
Yeah. That sounds great. And then and we'll see if I could become a Gettysburg Military Park guide. I'd love to know how much I actually know, because I think I know a lot, but probably not near anything. I know a lot of names. I know a lot of places. Like I know about the Orchard and the Little Round Top and Big Round Top and Pickett's Charge and all these things that happen there.
Okay.
And
that
so
sounds,
I feel like they came through.
I don't know any of that, so it sounds like you know a lot.
Yeah. And it was July. Now it was July 1st or July 2nd through the 4th or 5th. Anyway, it was something like I should know the dates. 1863. I know the year. And it was July. It happened over the 4th of July, and it covered that portion. Anyway, so. Okay. I'm going to study up. I'm going to study up, and then we're going to get that. We're going to do that next time.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to add before we go?
I do. So I saw, just real quick, I saw that Dolly, who is just the greatest human being alive. She's turning 79 next month, in case you didn't know, January 19th, 1946. And she, is still as active as ever. She's got the beauty brand that she just launched. She's got a line of wines that she's done. She's still got Dollywood that's rocking, all these things that she's into. But there's one thing that she isn't doing. She's not going to be playing herself on Broadway in a couple of years. Oh. And so she just announced a nationwide casting call for her upcoming Broadway musical.
All right. Get the practice scripts.
An original musical, which is set to open in 2026.
Yeah.
On her 80th birthday, right around there. And so they are looking for performers of all ages to play her at different stages of her life. Because, she's been doing this since she was a little girl.
As long as you don't have to sing, I think you could do it.
I could probably, but she told, you can go to dollymusical.com and you can post your audition reels
she asked
and
you to
stuff.
Do this? Did she call you and she's like, Flip, I would love for you to talk about this on your podcast because I don't reach so many people around the world.
I really didn't want to, disclose that, but yes.
Because it sounds almost like this is a paid ad. It's like, hey, real quick, one thing before we go. The nationwide search for the Dolly Hunt is on.
Yes.
What's happening here? What,
so you can go there
here?
Online, and a few finalists are going to be chosen to audition in person after they see your, online audition video that you submit and things like that. So I just thought that was so cool. Not that I could ever.
I have two people I want to recommend in the country world that try out for this. I think they should be it. Number one is, and she is a friend of the show, Hannah Dasher.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Yes. She is like the brunette Dolly Parton.
She is. She reminds me of her presence and everything so much.
Yes, her personality.
Yeah, and
music,
she's just so nice and fun and funny. And I just think she would be perfect for that. And then if she can't or doesn't want to do that, what's that other? Her voice reminds her of her so much. Lainey Wilson.
Lainey,
her voice reminds me of Dolly a lot.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know if she, I don't know much else about her. But Lainey's voice reminds me a lot of Dolly, and I feel like that
would be amazing.
I don't know. So those are two. So
yeah,
I think you all should try out.
I agree. I agree. Hopefully you make the cut. You know. Hopefully you get a call back.
Let's not. I just want to talk about how Jace just pieced out. He's like, I'm done here. I love how he slammed the door behind him.
That was kind of
rude,
I'm out. Piecing out during Dolly.
During Dolly, he's like, I'm done. I'm not.
You're my child, and you're not interested.
He was getting a little upset that you weren't interested in what he had going on in his life. He's like, why are you talking about Dolly? I want you to talk about me. Right. And then he just pieced out. I love that. All right. That's what I'm about to do too.
Yeah.
We're done here. We've got to. This has gone too long, but I have really enjoyed it. It's great to be back here. Give us a like, give us a follow on Facebook, on Instagram.
Did he take That's what he ran off with.
He left with your mouse. He pieced out with your mouse. He's like, you're done. You are done. That is the best.
Oh gosh!
You just got tree stumped.
Probably going to be in his bowl of cereal here pretty soon.
You just got stumped. That's what it's going to be now. That's his new thing. I love it. Hashtags tree stump. You just got stumped. That's his new phrase. All right. We're out of here. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, at Flippin' Street or Make It Weird. Follow us on YouTube. Hey, YouTube is now the #1 place where podcast listeners get their podcasts.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Follow us on YouTube, share on YouTube, give us a like there so that way it helps the algorithm. Mom, Dad, Flip's mom, give us a like there.
Yeah.
And I know you don't do YouTube, so go do it now. Now it's just so that way you can help us on there. Yeah, we're going to send you a link to like us there. We're done. Have a amazing week. I'm going to study up on my Gettysburg knowledge, and hopefully we'll find a practice test that I can take next time on the show. But in the meantime, you gotta go find your mouse. In the meantime, we are real friends. This is our real life, and I think we did a pretty good job of keeping it weird. Do you think so?
I think so.
I think so.
Job well done.
Until next time, keep it weird. We're out of here. Bye-bye.